A 27-second phone clip has the WNBA on red alert. Moments after the Indiana Fever fall to the New York Liberty, rookie sensation Caitlin Clark wanders into the Barclays Center tunnel, waiting there almost like it's choreographed. Stand Liberty head coach Sandy Brondello, league MVP Breanna Stewart, long-range assassin Sabrina Ionescu, and most telling of all, Clark's super agent Erin Kane. Sandy rests a casual hand on Clark's shoulder. Stewart leans in with a grin. Ionescu bounces on her toes like she's guarding a secret. Kane hovers, arms folded, soaking up every syllable. Within minutes, the video rockets across TikTok, X, and every group chat that cares about hoops. People label it the first domino in a franchise-shaking coup. Indiana fans scream, "Stay loyal," while New York diehards flood comments with Apple emojis and Jordan brand mock-ups. The question hanging over every scroll: did we just witness the opening shot of the biggest power grab in WNBA history? If the answer is yes, Indiana's front office faces an existential nightmare. If the answer is no, someone still has explaining to do, because agents don't pose for post-game selfies, and tunnel huddles this tight rarely happen by accident. Buckle up. The next few minutes unpack the body language, the back-channel business, the contract clock, and the league-wide shockwaves that might follow one clandestine smile. We start by dissecting the footage frame by frame. Pause at second 2. Brondello's fingertips rest right where a mentor's touch meets a recruiter's nudge. Stewart's torso angles toward Clark, blocking any wandering lens from reading lips. Ionescu tilts her head, eyes darting to make sure no staffers intrude. At second 11, the group leans closer. At second 19, Kane lowers her voice, lips tighten, classic "I mean money" posture. The final 5 seconds show Clark beaming, shoulders loose, not a trace of frustration from a tough loss. View counts race past 7 million before dawn. Reddit detectives post slow motion zoom-ins marking who speaks when. Amateur lip readers decode fragments like "next year" and "cap space." Maybe wishful thinking, maybe real. Either way, the internet buys it. Sports talk radio devotes full hours, and ESPN lower third blares tampering scandal. Even non-basketball podcasts join the frenzy because content this spicy draws clicks from every direction. The reaction makes sense. Most of all, the location matters. The WNBA borrows its anti-tampering spine straight from the NBA. Any club that tries to influence a player under contract faces fines north of $250,000, loss of draft picks, and public shaming. Influence is the slipperiest word in the rulebook. Teams can exchange pleasantries, congratulate milestones, talk vacation spots, bring up salary numbers, contract structuring, even future roles, and you've crossed the line. History says punishments do happen. Remember when the NBA stripped second-round picks from franchises whose GMs talked to free agents a few hours too early? The W lost a pick in 2022 when execs texted a star before the negotiation window. The league's message is simple: respect the timeline or pay. Would New York, on the cusp of a title window, risk that? Maybe yes, if the potential payoff is transcendent. Clark is that scale of payoff. She leads cable ratings, sells out road arenas, triples social engagement. Pair her with Stewart and Ionescu in the biggest media market on earth, and Liberty ticket offices print money faster than glitchy bots snagging Taylor Swift seats. Here's the calculus. A max fine is pennies next to lifetime franchise valuation spikes. A lost second-round pick means little when your starting lineup holds 3 Team USA locks. The league might frown, but sponsors would drool. Viewers would surge, and a new golden age could dawn, especially if you're the team at its center. Roster fit. Stewart owns the paint and the mid-post. Ionescu stretches defenses beyond 30 feet. Jonquel Jones cleans glass and erases drives. Plug Clark in at the point and the spacing becomes nightmare fuel. Double any star and another sinks a dagger. Coaches dream of 4-out motion where every scorer can create, but New York could live it nightly. Culture of respect. Liberty veterans praise Clark from day one. Stewart called her a rising tide for all of us. Ionescu posted highlight mashups captioned "generational talent." Contrast that with opponents who body-check Clark at half court. Welcome to the league nastiness that sometimes borders on reckless. New York defends hard hard yet clean, a subtle show of we value you. Market megaphone, Times Square, late night TV couches, sneaker launch pop-ups, fashion week runways, New York multiplies star wattage. Nike would plaster her step-back silhouette on the sides of skyscrapers. Gatorade wants new-gen icons for female athletes, Clark is the face. Crypto platforms chase mainstream legitimacy. Attached to a rookie who moves Gen Z metrics like no one since Serena. Add it all up and the path runs smooth. Liberty create cap room, pitch brand synergy, promise a dynasty, and offer a body of evidence. They treat stars like partners, not pawns. Little wonder Clark's smile in the tunnel looked genuine. It was the grin of someone feeling seen. Draft night speeches declared Indiana's plan: unleash a fast-paced offense built on Clark's limitless range and Aaliyah Boston's interior dominance. Reality? Half-court grinds, mismatched spacing, defenders switching 2 on the ball while help rotates late. Coach Stephanie White juggles lineups, hunting chemistry as losses pile. Clark shoulders heavy media load, post-game pressers, national interviews, community events, yet hears subtle slights from her own sideline. After she wins WNBA Player of the Year at the ESPYs, White name drops Stewart, Asia Wilson, Sue Bird, then finally gives Clark a pat. Fans notice. Physicality compounds frustration. Opponents lean hips, tug jerseys, send forearms on drives. Refs let rookie treatment play out. Clark limps away with a lingering groin flare-up. Fever execs issue no fiery statements demanding protection. Silence speaks volumes. On court, Boston often posts up while Clark spaces weak side. Fine if shooters bury threes, fatal when wings brick. Off nights stack blame on the raved about rookie rather than systemic design. Meanwhile, payroll holds veterans on big deals, leaving little flexibility for floor spacers or bruiser screens. Privately, insiders say Clark funds her own biomechanics team, builds a nutrition plan without franchise resources, and video conferences with college shooting coach for tweaks. She's constructing her own ecosystem because the organization feels bare bones. That independence sets the stage for bigger independence, geographic, contractual, legacy level, and the calendar favors her. Rookie scale spans 4 seasons at a combined $338 calendar, plus a qualifying offer year. On paper, Indiana controls Clark through 2028. Real life, control erodes when a star owns the league's eyeballs. Clark can threaten qualifying chaos, play out 4 years, sign successive 1-year qualifiers, then bolt unrestricted. Teams hate lame duck limbo. They often trade early to avoid losing assets for nothing. Force a blockbuster, quietly request relocation citing marketing goals, safety, or system mismatch. Indiana could comply for a treasure chest of picks and rights rather than ignite a PR war. Leverage the 2025 CBA. Players already whisper about striking for better pay and mobility. Clark's voice carries national reach. If the new CBA chops rookie control from 4 to 3 years, she walks 2027. Indiana management knows every scenario, so does New York's brass. And cap math says Liberty can open a max slot by staggering extensions, cutting a vet, and sliding overseas rookies onto minimum deals. The risk to Indiana grows each silent day. Every bruising foul left unchallenged, every press quote half crediting their superstar, every marketing campaign that fails to plaster her face downtown adds weight to one side of the scale. Possible realities are as follow. Super team era. If Clark joins Liberty, Vegas counters by pairing Wilson with another Olympian. Los Angeles leverages Hollywood moguls to chase the next college phenom. Fans choose sides, villains emerge, ratings soar. Parody purists panic, casual viewers flood in. Salary cap pressure. A surging rights deal plus super team drama could inflate future caps. Owners must spend more or risk irrelevance. Players push for revenue sharing tied to merch, streaming, and jersey patches. Tampering police. The league, eager to avoid chaos optics, tightens tunnel security, monitors messaging, and maybe lengthens recruitment moratoriums. Yet, history shows once star empowerment grows, rules merely chase, never cage. Small market anxiety. Franchises like Connecticut or Minnesota fear they can't keep icons without New York level exposure. They lobby for higher cap, retention exceptions, bigger home market bonuses, anything to stem brain drain. Through it all, sponsors smell opportunity. Shoe drops, docuseries deals, VR training apps featuring Clark Stewart drills. Money multiplies, headlines swell, and the game resets around fresh gravity. Indiana is not powerless, but the clock screams urgency. What the Fever must do right now. Public coronation. Drop a social blitz, murals downtown, billboards off I-65, a Clark County season ticket drive. Let everyone know she's the franchise's son. Roster armor. Trade future picks for a 40% corner shooter and a brawny screen setter who loves dirty work. Give Clark space and protection. Voice for safety. GM and coach should hammer post-game podiums demanding officiating consistency. Show they value player welfare. Empower her camp. Loop Erin Kane into strategy meetings on minutes, rest, marketing, and community events. Make Clark feel she's building something, not babysitting it. Speed the system. Lean into pace and space sets. Let Clark hunt pull-ups in early offense where bodies haven't battered her yet. Hit these notes and the tunnel chatter becomes a curious footnote. Miss them and that whisper may echo into a trade request. Because right now, Clark's power eclipses rookie norms and the human side matters as much as cap sheets. Clark's college coach often said she thrives when collaboration feels genuine. In Iowa City, she chatted daily with staff, tweaked plays mid-practice, owned film sessions. Pro ball stripped some agency. Corporate layers, slow feedback. The Liberty environment, players leading film, vets co-creating sets with coaches, mirrors her comfort zone. Off-court, mental bandwidth matters. A big market means scrutiny, but also resources. Personal chef arrangements, advanced recovery tech, dedicated security. Indiana can provide some. New York has corporate partners that provide all. Lifestyle? Clark loves golf, late-night talk shows, sneaker culture. Brooklyn brands would throw events weekly. That energizes some athletes, exhausts others. Early signs show Clark energizes. She filmed ads on rest days and still drilled threes like a metronome. Therefore, a move isn't just business, it's psychological alignment. Happiness fuels performance. And athletes in control of choice rarely ignore happiness. Which circles us back to the clip, the smile, and the million-dollar question. Clark's called a hate tie in calls and Haftons. Couch is smuth equal. A handshake in a tunnel isn't an inked contract. But in a league hungry for storylines, symbols matter. A superstar rookie laughing with her competitor's power trio, coach, MVP, sniper, plus her own deal-making agent, that's a symbol bright enough to blind. It signals knowledge of worth, openness to change, leverage brandished in public. Indiana can still rewrite the script, surround Clark with shooters, shield her from cheap shots, celebrate her like the generational hinge she is. New York can keep plotting, clearing cap, whispering support, and waiting. The league can tighten rules, yet history shows player power only grows. One thing remains unarguable. Caitlin Clark now holds every card. Ratings, attendance, sponsor hunger, and the imagination of the next generation. Whether she stays, bolts, or bends the CBA to her will, the sport will orbit her decisions for years. So viewer, where do you stand? Tampering scandal or savvy career chess? Drop your take below, tap that subscribe button, and flick the bell so you don't miss the next leak in this unfolding saga. Because another camera could catch another tunnel grin tomorrow night, and when it does, the whole board might flip again. Greatness doesn't beg, it bargains. And sometimes its opening offer is nothing more than a smile, a shoulder tap, and a single game-changing clip.